show.
Yeah, that's right. Welcome in, welcome back, folks, to the Sun Bowl preview being recorded for the second time because the circumstances have changed. I tried to record this before I went to Florida, but then the circumstances changed with Notre Dame and the whole program. And so my mind's in a different place. So I felt like I needed to redo this because there's just more to think about and consider now. Edition of the Always Irish Show. As always, you can find the program on YouTube. Do it, subscribe if you haven't yet. Appreciate it very much. Give the video a thumbs up. That helps Johnny out as well. Notifications on the way you will learn it every time a new episode drops. I know you don't want to miss it. Twitter, search for Always Irish or at Always Irish Inc. Emails alwaysirishnd@gmail.com. Audio only anywhere you want it. You can get it. The call-in line's going to have to wait till I'm back. 312-900-8815. You dial it up and tell Johnny Boy all you've heard and seen. Fighting Irish Wire, read all about it. Audio only. If you don't want to look at my face, you could go there and hear the show. Patreon.com/alwaysirish. Close friend of mine and Notre Dame captain. Oh, yeah, leading tackler, by the way. Breaking all things college football, Notre Dame down behind the paywall. What could go wrong? All right. Like I said, I had this episode recorded in my basement in the studio before I went to Florida, figuring I got this one in the hopper. We'll put it out a day or two before the game and it'll all apply. Sure enough, big Notre Dame news broke with Mike Denbrock. So now it's just all the stuff I said in the other episode applies, but there's more to it now. Here's the reality. Notre Dame's playing a game, and if they're playing a game, you got to win it. And I don't care what happens with your roster and this guy isn't playing. I don't care. If there's a game to be played, you need to win it, whether it's the Tony the Tiger Bowl or the Camping World Bowl, whatever it is. You got to find a way to grind out a win. We've been over this. For as many problems as Notre Dame has with the roster in this game and a new offensive line and a new quarterback and guys opting in and out and all this different stuff. For all that stuff we have going on, Oregon State has more of it going on. That's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. So I don't care about all that stuff. You got to figure out a way to go in there and grind out a win. It's like they don't have their first two quarterbacks. They don't have a conference. They lost their head coach to Michigan State. Like you name it, they got bigger problems than you. So I'm not expecting this game to be pretty at all. I'd be surprised if it was anything other than mid or low scoring, somewhere in the 20s. I just don't know what we're going to see and get. And I think there's going to be sloppiness involved on both sides. Here's where I'm at, though. This is where the new part of this comes in. Yes, you got to get this game, get to 10 wins, blah, 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 blah. But this game, it already didn't mean a lot to everybody, and now it means even less. I'm looking forward to what's coming next. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be that guy. Nothing that could happen in the Sun Bowl is going to change how I feel about Notre Dame this year. It's all about big picture stuff with Denbrock and Al Golden and Marcus moving into the future. And I'm not trying to be a guy who doesn't appreciate when Notre Dame has a game to play, but this season's already over. This season's already screwed. It was already frustrating enough. It doesn't matter if you win 100-0, nothing changes. The only way the needle can move for Notre Dame in this game is if it moves down. You can win 100-0. You ain't gaining any extra respect or anything for doing that in this situation. There's only one way for the needle to go, and it's down. So you just got to find a way to win it. Just find a way to put it together, win it. And then we're really flying high into the offseason. You're building out a terrific, wonderful staff that you could trust with good balance of old guys, young guys, experience, up-and-comers, recruiting. Just the idea that you have such a high-level coordinator on the defense and such a high-level coordinator on the offense, it is Merry Christmas to us. It's exactly what Marcus needed to give him stability here. This is exactly what we've been seeking. And the pieces just haven't come together yet. Everything hasn't lined up perfect yet. Things were off. This makes you feel like things are starting to come together and it's all lining up. Marcus is getting more comfortable as a coach. Better talents coming in as the roster's turning over. And now you got these staffs, everybody. I just, it's hard to find a bad word about them, about these assistants, especially OCDC. Not ACDC, that's different. OCDC. And so, I mean, I'm just going to say it. A part of me is like, can we just get done with this bowl game so we can move on to bigger and better things and not sit there sweating out the Sun Bowl? So I don't have it in me to sit here and break down all of the statistics of the advantages Notre Dame has over that Oregon State and what they have over us. Like, it's a pointless exercise. Neither of these teams look anything like they did when they compiled all those stats. So it's just kind of pointless to put all that together and go look at the stats. These teams look nothing like when all those stats were compiled. So it's just going to be sloppy. It's going to be weird. And you have to find a way to grind out and win. You know what I'd like to see and feel? I would like to see and feel a little bit of extra energy kick coming from the Notre Dame side after the Mike Denbrock news. You could say that doesn't make sense. The kids don't react that way. Whatever, I'd react that way. I'm telling you right now, I'd react that way. You just went out and got one of, if not the best offensive coordinators to be able to curate whatever happens next year with Riley Leonard, whatever. And then these young, athletic, high-end quarterbacks coming in. It is super exciting. I would love to see the Notre Dame guys get all excited about it and get this thing cranked up. So I'm not trying to be disingenuous and not appreciative that we have another opportunity to watch Notre Dame play. But I'd be lying to you if there wasn't a part of me that's like, can we just get through this, grind out a win, have a clean slate, and then we move into whatever the next version of this looks like? Because I got news for you. I think you're going to like the next version a lot better than what we've gotten. Things are coming together. You could just feel the operation tightening up. Things are falling into place. I can't repeat this enough. How much I love the dynamic with Al Golden on one side, Denbrock on the other, and Freeman right in the middle. I absolutely love it. And it's just, Marcus, you're getting about the best support anybody could get in your position with those guys running each side of the ball. I need Marcus to crank his part of this up to 100 with the recruiting, with the personality, with the branding, with everything, his own journey to being more comfortable in games with decision-making, all of that. I have expectations Marcus is going to get a lot better because of the freedom he has now, knowing he's got an elder statesman there to support him and make him look good with no angles, no games, no ego. Those guys are there to make him look good. They don't want to be the man. They want to make Marcus the man. That matters to somebody like me, where you know on each side of the ball, those guys are not about me, my ego, look at me. These are guys that want to support and prop up Marcus in the middle as that Notre Dame smooth talking, good looking, good dressing, recruiting, branding extraordinaire, getting out, getting NIL money donated, all the recruiting. It's beautiful. Marcus, I need the in-game stuff to tighten up a little bit, and then we're off to the races, baby. I just love where this is headed. It's just kind of an annoying speed bump to have this Sun Bowl there before you could get there. It's an annoying speed bump. I'm not trying to be unappreciative. Notre Dame's playing. I know all that shit. It's just, this game is so messed up and the rosters are so messed up. And Notre Dame fans already have their minds into the future, what all this is going to look. So you just got to grind this out and get a win. Grind it out, get a win. And so I don't know, you guys, this is all just so weird, and the timing and everything just looks so different. And you just want to see what comes next. But this bowl game's here first. And it's like, You can't just say, I don't care about this bowl game. Because if we lose, I'm going to be the first one in here bitching that you can't lose this bowl game. It's not a matter of not caring. It's just a matter of that's not what the self-actualization of this program looks like, is whatever that representation is going to be in the Sun Bowl. Like, that's not it. And so you got to get through it with what you're working with. And then hopefully we get into brighter and better, bigger pastures when we get into next year. But I'm telling you, it's hard not to be excited as a Notre Dame fan. That offense was the one thing where I'm laying there late at night going, Marcus, you better know what you're doing. If we're doing this Parker thing back, you better be confident he's going to have a big jump here. Like where that was the one area where I'm just genuinely, it's nothing personal, but we're not there and it's not close. As far as the game planning and what you need to do against better defenses to get a better result from Notre Dame's offense, we just weren't there. And I was sitting there worried, like, is this what's going to bring down this whole thing? Because we hitch our wagon on at the OC that is just not ready yet? It can't be that. And now it's not going to be that. I can't wait to see Denbrock, what he draws up. I can't wait to see him and Gino get with these young quarterbacks. It's a beautiful thing. So I don't know what to tell you on a pregame show for the Sun Bowl other than don't lose it. I don't know what to tell you, but I had to redo this because my brain is at a different place after the Denbrock news. So you just got to find a way. Slop through this, fight through this, have the defense lead the way, whatever you need to do. Let the young backs go crazy. I don't know, man. Whatever you need to do, I don't care. Figure out a way to get to 10 wins. You have momentum coming off a solid recruiting class. 25 class looks great. And then let's get into whatever comes next. What do you guys think?